Wiederholt. Okay. My name is Alex Wiederholt, and today I'll be talking to you about why you should use biofuels. By the end of my speech, my audience will be more convinced to use biofuels as the clean alternative to fossil fuels. Biofuels are cleaner burning than fossil fuels, and they're more patriotic. As you all know, fossil fuels are expensive and harmful to the environment. A viable replacement is needed. It is an important subject because something has to be done. Fossil fuels will run out someday, and few viable alternatives have been found for this problem. However, biofuels are a good solution. I believe this because they've been around for a while, and I would know a lot about it because I'm a farmer and I like to keep up on topics that pertain to my industry. Before we go into anything in depth, though, I would like to touch base on a few basic things about biofuels. Okay, there's two main types of biofuels. There's biodiesel, which right here is a good example of it. It is made out of soybeans, and how they're made is they're crushed, and then a chemical extract is used to extract the oils, and then they are further refined from that point to make biodiesel. And there are byproducts from that, which make feed. And right there is the byproduct, which is meal, and right there is the oil. Then there's also ethanol, which is made out of the sugars from corn, which they are fermented and then distilled to make alcohol. Its byproducts are also feedstuff, which is very similar, which, by the way, this is an example in real life of corn. And this is of beans. There's a pod, which is the soybean. But the byproducts of corn are CO2 and dried distiller grains, which they're also a feedstuff. And these fuels have been around for a while. In fact, ethanol has been made for centuries. Another interesting fact is the diesel engine was actually originally designed to run on plant oils. It was not designed to run on petroleum. Now that you understand a little bit about these fuels, I can now tell you about the benefits. These fuels have environmental and sustainability attributes that fossil fuels don't. According to biodiesel.org, they're a renewable resource, therefore we technically should never run out. They're cleaner burning than fossil fuels, which that's measured by they emit less CO2 compared to their counterparts. You can use cooking oil as a biodiesel, thus recycling and repurposing something that otherwise would have been disposed of, which that's kind of a double threat there, because obviously you need to take care of your waste as well. And certain vehicles can get a mileage increase while using these, thus conserving even more fuel. Not only are these fuels good for the environment, but they're good for your pocketbook as a consumer as well. Biofuels have added benefits that help you save money, like less engine wear, so you can have a longer life out of your engine. Some vehicles, like I said, will gain fuel economy. Even if they don't gain, you should check your cost per mile, because the cost of fuel is cheap enough. It should be cheaper in most instances. And the fuel quality is generally the same as petroleum, if not better. Fossil fuels are also like blended with this, so you don't necessarily have to modify your vehicle to run a biofuel. However, if you do want to run a stronger blend of biofuel, the modifications you might have to make should be minor, which in fact E85, all it takes is special fuel lines and gaskets. For B100, in theory, you don't need to modify it. It's just they haven't really done much testing on B100. These economic benefits don't only benefit the consumers, but other people as well. These fuels support the U.S. economy as a whole. According to the National Corn Growers Association, biofuels make feed costs cheaper for livestock producers because the byproducts are concentrated protein, which is the most difficult product producers have to find for rations. And because it's concentrated, it makes it cheaper because you can get it, like it's less hassle to transport compared to corn or soybeans. They're high in protein, like I said. Corn and soybeans are raised in America, which supports American farmers. And the whole chain of production creates American jobs, from the farmer to the fuel attendant. Also, it does not send money overseas to other countries that support export oil, like Saudi Arabia, like petroleum does. And according to Josh Steinlage, who's an area farmer, he thinks that keeping money in the U.S. is a good thing, and it keeps people employed. And also, I'd just like to point out, some vehicles are factory ready for E85, and here are a few ways to tell if you have a vehicle that's like that. Look for the fuel cap. It could be yellow, indicating E85. It should have a sticker on the fuel door, or it will have a badge somewhere on the body, which should indicate that it burns flex fuels, which flex fuels means that it can burn E85 or regular gas. And I will show you a little clip here from General Motors. This is basically promoting their flex fuel line of vehicles.
What if cars and trucks could be fueled by corn? Introducing the full line of Chevrolet flex fuel vehicles that run on both gasoline and corn-based E85 ethanol. The choice is yours. Chevy, an American revolution.
And that's about it. At this time, I would like to say that is my reasoning behind why I think you should use biofuels. Thank you for considering my point of view.